Introduction. The digital seance. What if you could see your loved ones again? Just one more time. What if their voice could still whisper familiar words in your ear and offer comfort you thought was gone forever? What if goodbye wasn't really the end, but merely an intermission in a world shaped by artificial intelligence? Thanks to breakthroughs in AI, we are now daring to test the sacred boundary between life and death. Not with magic or mysticism, but with data, code, and digital engineering. Across TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, AI-generated avatars are bringing the past back to life. They speak with voices cloned from old recordings, making memories audible again. They blink and smile through animated photographs that were once still. We are no longer just preserving memories. We are reanimating them, re-experiencing them, reinterpreting them through the lens of modern technology. And this forces us to confront new, deeply personal questions. Are we using technology to heal or to avoid healing? Are these digital recreations acts of remembrance or simulations of comfort that deceive us? Are we walking toward closure or getting stuck in a loop of illusion that we can't break? Let's explore this brave and unsettling new frontier where grief and innovation collide. The rise of AI resurrection. What once seemed like science fiction is now becoming everyday reality that can be accessed from a smartphone. Digital resurrection tools are now available in consumer apps and online platforms. With deep nostalgia, you can animate an old black and white photo and see your ancestors blink, move, and smile, as if posing for you in real time. With 11 Labs, you can recreate the voice of someone who has passed away using a short audio clip, making them say things they never actually said. With DID, you can turn still images into interactive talking avatars that respond, speak, and even offer emotional expressions. Project December even lets users simulate entire conversations with the dead, responding based on their personality, writing style, or voice recordings. These tools have gone viral and their use is increasing fast. Parents use AI to speak to digital versions of children they've lost. Spouses revisit the memories of partners long gone. Grandchildren hug virtual holograms of their grandparents during ceremonies and anniversaries. These aren't just tech novelties, they're emotional encounters, charged with longing and sometimes trauma. For some, they bring peace, closure, and gratitude. For others, they bring confusion, pain, and even emotional breakdown. The animations are eerily lifelike, right down to blinking patterns and head tilts. They say things we longed to hear but never had the chance to. Sometimes they say things we hoped never to be reminded of again. The line between memory and manipulation starts to blur. Why we're doing it. Why do people bring back the dead through AI? Because grief hurts more than words can ever describe. And in a modern world where spiritual and cultural tools for mourning have diminished, technology offers a new way to connect with what has been lost. Today, mourning is rushed and silence is often encouraged. Churches are emptier than before. Funerals are shorter, more transactional. Community support is weaker, scattered, and often superficial. We are expected to move on quickly and quietly without creating space for real healing. But the pain doesn't just vanish because society moves on. So people turn to artificial intelligence, to hear a voice they miss dearly, to see a face that once brought them peace, to hold on just a little longer before the final farewell. Photos used to be enough. Videos and journals served as memorials. Now we want more than passive memory. We want interaction. We want dynamic presence. We want engagement, reaction, conversation. And AI gives the illusion of that presence. It becomes a companion to the grieving, a counselor whispering familiar phrases, a digital shadow of love that lingers just enough to feel real. But the deeper question remains, is it real? And in a world full of illusions, does it need to be? Psychological and emotional risks. Technology gives, but it also takes. Psychologists are warning us. Prolonged engagement with AI versions of the dead can interfere with the natural grieving process. When we postpone closure and substitute emotional healing with simulation, we run the risk of becoming emotionally stuck in a loop that can't be escaped. Talking to an AI-generated version of your late parent every night might feel comforting, at first. But over time, it can lead to emotional dependency and an avoidance of reality. It might become a replacement for real human relationships, a crutch instead of a bridge to recovery. Some people may withdraw from the living world, preferring the predictable companionship of a digital ghost over the complexities of real life. This can lead to emotional detachment, a distorted sense of reality, and even a form of emotional paralysis. Another serious concern is identity confusion. If the AI speaks or acts in ways the person never did, then what or who are we really interacting with? A loved one? Or a machine's best approximation of them? A mirror made of machine learning and fragmented memory, tailored to our expectations but not our truth? Philosophical reflections. What makes us human, really? Is it our voice, our memories, our gestures? Or is it something deeper, something no machine can replicate? If an AI can perfectly mimic your mother's tone, her laugh, her favorite sayings, does that make it her? Or does it just feel like her? If we are only the sum of our habits, choices, and memories, then maybe AI can capture a version of us. But if there is something more, a soul, a spirit, then no amount of code can substitute for that mysterious core of humanity. This is the philosophical fork in the road. Is our essence mechanical or mystical? Is identity something that can be copied and pasted? Or is it uniquely rooted in experience, biology, and divine mystery? Some people believe this territory is sacred and should not be trespassed. Others argue it's just data and innovation. Maybe both views hold truth depending on where you stand. The ethics of digital resurrection. Just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. And AI resurrection raises thorny ethical questions that society hasn't fully confronted. If the deceased never gave consent to be digitized, is it right to simulate them? What if they specifically asked not to be remembered this way? What if we create a version that softens who they were, or exaggerates their kindness, or deletes their flaws? Are we preserving their memory, or rewriting it to suit our comfort and needs? Then there's the issue of ownership. Who owns the voice, the likeness, the digital presence of the dead? Their family? The tech companies? Governments? Is it property or legacy? There are no clear answers, no laws, no regulations. We are building this digital afterlife in real time with no rulebook. And if we change their words, their attitudes, their values, are we truly remembering them? Or are we creating puppets to serve our emotional needs? The slippery slope. This technology may begin with love and remembrance, but it doesn't end there. We're already seeing signs of commercialization, detachment, and even exploitation. Imagine paying to talk to a clone of your favorite celebrity. Imagine creating an AI version of a saint or religious figure to guide your moral decisions. Imagine designing friends who always agree with you, who never argue, who never grow old. Soon we may begin to prefer digital people over real ones. Why deal with the pain, unpredictability, and imperfection of real relationships when AI can give us connection without conflict? But if we go down that path, we risk losing something vital: the depth, the surprise, the struggle, and the beauty of real human life. Counterarguments and use cases. Not all uses of AI resurrection are harmful or dystopian. Some offer powerful therapeutic, educational, and historical value. A grandmother telling her story in her own voice can become a priceless legacy for generations to come. For dementia patients, interacting with an AI that mirrors their younger self may bring moments of calm and clarity. Some therapists use AI simulations to help clients say goodbye, to express things left unsaid, or to process unresolved emotions with care. These applications, when used with ethical boundaries and emotional intelligence, can be deeply helpful and even healing. AI isn't inherently harmful. It's how we use it that makes the difference. We must ask ourselves, are we using AI to enrich the grieving process or to avoid it altogether? Are we opening ourselves to healing or building walls around our emotions with pixels? Closing. The illusion of goodbye. So, should we bring the dead back to life using artificial intelligence? Even if just in voice or likeness? Some people say absolutely. Others say never. Most of us are still trying to make sense of it. We want to remember the people we've lost. We want to feel them close, if only for a moment. And now, through technology, we can. But maybe closure means choosing to let go. Maybe the digital presence isn't the same as spiritual peace. Maybe the illusion of goodbye isn't really goodbye at all. In this world of growing possibilities, we must ask not only what AI can do, but what it should do. Because while some truths are timeless, some things are relative.